recording, so that means be quiet. And I'll pull up the handy dandy test. And that means that it's up there. So guess what? Y'all can start asking those stupid questions. Y'all want to go ahead and start asking them? Or y'all want to just wait until you look at it? I hope you wait, because it helps when you wait.
When is it due?
Yeah, when's it due? When's it due? When's the homework due? How many questions are on it? I can't even find dadgum assignments. Where's the assignments? They do. Each of my classes has a different menu, and I'm too lazy to go in there and fix it. So here we go. There is the Unit 2 test. There is the due date. There is the time limit. There is the attempts. Usually after the third test, everybody is on board. Yeah. Oh, you want to hear the latest text message? I'm going through Banner and I can't get on to MyLabs Plus. I'm going through Banner and I can't get on to MyLabs Plus. Did I reply? No. I mean, what's the one thing that you can predict? Banner is always going to be what? Down. Or it's always going to be messed up.
What is Banner? What is Banner?
I'm sorry.
Blackboard.
Blackboard. Banner runs Blackboard. I'm sorry. Blackboard. I'm sorry. So anyway, what do you do when Blackboard is screwed up? What do you do? It's a miracle. I still have people not logged on yet. Yeah, I had a student email me and say that she hasn't logged on yet. Can she still make up the test? Did I reply? Hell to the no. Live PD. All right, a survey of 600 randomly selected high school students determined that 393 play organized sports. What is the probability that a randomly selected high school student play organized sports? Now, a lot of you think, oh my God, I can't believe that's the question. But remember, what is the secret to probability? Is it being a math genius or is it having good reading comprehension? Reading comprehension. You have to read the question. Yes, it is simple. So what do? Divide what?
393.
Okay, somebody do that and give me to the thousandths.
0.655.
What?
0.655.
Now, what's the complement of 0.655? 0.2. Let's see, 0.3. Yeah, 0.345. What is the complement? It's what makes up the whole, just in case you're asked on the test. What is the complement?
345.
Thank you. 0.345. So what do they ask next? If 1,000 high school students were blah, blah, blah. Okay, what does this say? Interpret this probability. If 1,000 high school students, 655 would what? Play organized sports. I don't know what's the difference. Okay. Would be expected. That about or exactly? About. Because nothing is what? Nothing is perfect and nothing is exact. And nothing is impossible. Oh, inspirational. 655. Next. And there's a bonus question. That's the one that he awards me extra points. That takes care of all the. Will you? Can you go back and give me an extra point on this test? No. Use the given table. All right. I told you about this one in class. This one is where you add up the what? Probability. So let's go across the board. That first one I'll do. I'll do the first one for you. 4 fourths is equal to 1. So A is correct. Let me pull up the handy dandy whiteboard right quick. Because I don't feel like. Hold on a second. Where's the whiteboard? There it is. Oh no, I hit freaking Mozilla. There we go. All right, so is A okay?
Yes.
Yes, because it's equal to what? 1. Now, y'all think this is real simple, but I guarantee you if I gave 30 of these out, I'd get 6 or 7 that would miss it. All right, what about the second one?
Yes.
Yes. What about the third one? You got to get a common what? So this is 2 over 18, and this is 2 over 18. 4 plus 7 plus 7.
18.
So that's good. Okay, what about this one?
No.
Why?
There's a negative.
Can't have a negative. What about this one?
No.
Why?
You're messing up this.
Got to equal what? 5/5. And this one you got to have a common denominator of 20. So that'd be 5 over 20. 5, 6, 7, and 7. Yes. So I don't know how you type it in. I guess A, B, C, comma, F.
Comma, C,
Yeah.
comma, F.
So we'll type that in, and I hope 2050 is my goal. A, B, C, F. And you feel good about yourself. How are they weighed? The only one that equals what?
100.
If you take several forms, how's it counted?
The highest.
I'll get 2 of those questions at the end of the semester. I'll get those 2 questions. Are you going to average them up or? The table lists drinking habits of groups of college students. If a student is chosen at random, find the probability of getting someone who is a non-drinker. Round the answer to 3 decimal places. Okay, this one's pretty simple. What do? Well, you got to find the total first. So add the total is 410, 410. They do it for you. Now, do they ask for it? It says if a student is chosen, find the probability of getting someone who is a non-what? So this is pretty simple. I should go back, take this one off. It's too easy. So where's the non-drinker?
Right there.
So you can either highlight this and add it up, or you can take 322 and divide by what?
14.
So I don't care which one you do. What is 322 divided by 410?
0.7.
Okay. You're not gonna lie to me, are you? Everybody confirm that?
Yes, it is.
Sometimes you set me up, and it hurts my self-esteem. Then I have to put smokestacks on my truck. Or I can make my truck look like a dog scratching his rear end on the carpet. I still hadn't understood that one. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do 2 things at one time, and I'm a man, I can't do that. In a certain lottery, an urn, that's what you put ashes in, contains balls numbered 1 through 40.
Why do they have it in urn?
I don't know. From this urn, 6 balls are chosen. So this is the lottery question. Without replacement. For a $1 bet, there's your key word. Remember me telling you that some of the questions don't have it? This one has it. Okay, so you buy one ticket or whatever, or you bet $1. A player chooses one set of 6 numbers. To win, all 6 numbers must match those chosen from the urn. The order in which the balls does what?
Not matter.
So this is a what? Combination. So it's going to be 1 over big old combination. What's in? 40. And what's the other letter? R. 6, Hubert. That's right, class. So if somebody type that in, what does it say? Use scientific notation because that's going to be a very small number. So I'm going to give y'all a minute. Don't shout it out yet. Let's give everybody a minute to get it on your calculator. So when I ask for a second, somebody will say, yeah, that's good, instead of waiting 15 minutes. because evidently some of y'all was not on the calculator drill team in high school, which is a good thing. So I'm going to give you another 15 seconds. Now, just read off what you have. What is it? Just give me point. Don't give me no 0 point, because that messes me up. Point what? And please articulate with volume. Nobody's going to say anything.
0.000000.
Okay, they didn't give it scientific notation. I got to have the science. Does anybody calculate or put it in scientific? Might be 1.0 or 3.0 something.
3.00. Are we going to scientific notation?
Yes, that's what it says. Use scientific notation. Okay, here we go. Let me go ahead and show you, because some of y'all done forgot how to do scientific notation. Y'all really suck. Y'all know that? All right, give me the 0.00. What is it?
2.6.
Give me the 0.000 that y'all are reading.
0.000000265.
00 what?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3.
That's not what I'm doing. I'm counting the zeros, alright? 6 zeros.
2.6. Yeah, it's 7. Yeah.
Okay, can I ask one more time? Because this class is beginning to worry me, okay?
We have the scientific notation.
Okay, that's what I asked for at the beginning.
So why did you ask for the
All right,
zero?
they didn't understand that.
Because y'all were still figuring out what to read your calculator, and I said, just give me the point, because somebody give 0.0000.
2.6.
Thank you. It only takes 15 minutes for y'all to use the calculator.
It did.
2.6 exponent what? Negative 7 times 10, shift up, negative 7. Now, everybody look at it, like Chevy Chase on vacation, So y'all can, that's what scientific notation is. You only had 3 years of it. So anyway, between science and math, you've only had three semesters of it, so. What? Okay, well, somebody give me the 100th. Y'all just trying. No wonder y'all gonna be failures in life. There we go. Next. If you
miss a question.
thank you. That's bad. Play football. If you miss a question on a test and you believe it is correct, what do you do? Throw a temper tantrum. I like send several emails. I don't know what I'm on this morning. All right. And I think I can answer that one. I'm not going to try to speak too much. What should a student do if something happens and they are out of class for a while? That's where you're supposed to wait till after grade turn-in. True or false? In a probability model, the sum of the probabilities of all outcomes must equal 1.
True.
A golf ball is selected at random from a golf bag. If the golf bag contains 8 type A, 6 type B, this is the marble question. So you would go to the marble question in your notes. Go ahead and do this one. Maybe I just need something to drink. Let's see my Baileys. This is my Baileys right here, so I'll just drink it. Bailey's and vodka. There, that's better. So what's the total? Well, 8 plus 6 is 4. 4 plus 7 is 21. 21? Okay, find the probability that the golf ball is not a type A. So the easiest way is to find type A, which would be 8 over 21, and take the complement. So what's 8 over 21? Now wait a minute, it says round to the nearest 3 decimals. So somebody tell me what the point what?
619.
Okay, I don't need it slow, okay? I don't need it that slow.
That's
the
not the
answer.
complement, that's the answer.
That's the answer.
I didn't ask for the answer. I asked for what is 8 divided by 21.
I got you.
I hate to be complicated. I'm just trying to teach, okay? So what is the, now you got me messed up now. What is 8 over 21? 0.3 what?
81.
Now, you subtract that from 1 because you're finding the complement, and now that's 0.62 what? 619?
Yeah, 619.
It's hard writing with a mouse. I'm gonna get training one day.
Click that box and just.
It doesn't matter, it still does it, because it hadn't been set up right. Because nobody knows how to use Skype, nobody knows how to use these. So I'm the only one that does. So one day, maybe 2050, when there's at least 20 teachers using this stuff, maybe they'll fix it. What? What'd you say? What'd you
I didn't
say?
say anything.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
No, it's not. I agree with you.
It's about true. Oh, hey, here's an easy question, which will probably be difficult. The way I'm reading stuff this morning. All right, looks like we got a negative correlation. Looks pretty patterned. Do the variables have a linear relationship? Yes. So y'all read that, because I'm not going to read all of it. You read it and tell me which one it is. Do the two variables have a positive or negative? Has a negative. So I know that one.
C.
So is C. We'll take your word for it. A die is rolled. Okay, I'll go ahead and tell you this. There is a question. You may get this one. You may get 3 other ones. One of them says, what is the probability of rolling a 7 on a die?
Not possible.
Please do not miss that question. If you miss that question, you don't what? You don't tell anybody. Because what is the probability of rolling a 7 on a die?
0.
Thank you. So, the set of equal blah, 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 find the outcome of a 10. There it is. This one says 10. So we'll just say 10 over 6. All right, players in sports are said to have hot streaks and cold streaks, which is bogus. For example, a batter in baseball may be considered to be in a slump or cold streak. If that player has a 0, has 10 out of 10, I don't know where 0 came from, consecutive at bat, suppose that a hitter successfully reaches base 39% of the time. So the probability is 0.39. Complete parts A through C. Find the probability that the batter makes 10 out of 10 at bats, assuming blah, blah, blah. Hint, the hitter makes an out 61% of the time. Well, that would be 0.61. Oh, this is one of those that's so redundant. Are cold streaks unusual?
I don't think that's correct.
You don't think 0.61 is correct?
It says round to 5 decimal places as needed.
Okay, well then I have no idea what they're asking then. Makes 10 consecutive out. Oh, then that's going to be 0.39 raised to the what? That wouldn't be right. That'd be so small. That'd be. I'll have to look at this one. Has anybody got this one for a homework question? I think this one needs to be taken out. I'll take this one out. Next one. Because I don't recognize this one. And plus, it looks like, I think .61 is correct. I think all they want you to do, well, it says round to 5. I don't know. The probability of a cold streak, yeah, it could be 0 because 39 over, I'm thinking 39 over 100 raised to the 10th power is going to be very small. So it may be 0, 0, 0, 0. Yeah, we'll skip that one. Well, I'll take that one off because y'all haven't seen that one. I ain't seen that one either, so we'll take that one off. No, I won't forget. Thank you.
You have a work email.
You saying I'm forgetful? All right, A, B, C, and D are the possible outcomes. So what's the answer? 2/5. That's one that somebody will miss. If a student does not complete a homework assignment, what grade will be recorded for that assignment?
0.
I had one student say, I didn't know we got zeros. In your grade book, what button do you hit to see what your grade is after you've completed all assignments? Okay, here we go. This is okay, do this one in your calculator. And you know you were going to get one of these because I told you. I'll put it in the spreadsheet so you can see it better. So you can punch it in your calculator. Is that big enough for you? All right, take a minute and do that one.
Gmail.
Leave me alone. I like to know if something's important or not. Gmail's not important. Work email is important. That means I might there's a possibility I might be fired.
I thought you said you couldn't get fired right now.
Only if you do stupid stuff, like bring a solo cup full of liquor. You could do that. To let it fumigate the whole room. And anybody's been around alcohol, you pour alcohol in a drink and sit it in the middle of the room, you're going to smell it. All right, so here we go. Insert. I'm going to do it the easy way, and you're welcome to do it on your computer because I'd love to see students do it on the computer. That's what we do in the real world. Now I carry around a calculator. Okay, add trend line. Set display. There we go. And there is your answer. So you got to do what with 9.9? You got to take the square root of it. So take the square root of it. And write those down so I can punch it in because I'm not going to remember it. No sneezing in class. All right, y'all got it written down?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it appears to be I forgot to see what it looked like.
A negative.
No, I'm looking to see. You got one above, one below, two below. One above, two below. So which one has one above, two below?
It's C because there were 3 above.
Okay.
Was it a negative? Is it negative?
Yes, negative. Which one is it not?
A, B, negative B.
It's not A or B because those are what?
Positive.
Will somebody answer a negative slope with a positive? Yeah. There appears to be a negative. And somebody give me, it says round to 3. Can y'all round that to 3 for me, or do I need to go back and look at it?
Negative 0.671.
Negative 0.671. Okay, I can't even type. Negative 0.671. And what's the y-intercept?
6.4.
Next. Okay, what I got to do now?
You do the bottom part.
Oh, Lord. Somebody tell me which one it is.
C.
Thank you. I mean, good gracious, they could ask that up here. I mean, they could have put,
A line.
I'm sorry. If you look at an overall grade one day and it has decreased, that means that Russia, Ukraine, and Hubert have conspired against you. Butter, yeah, I must have been cooking when I thought of this one. Whenever you see stuff, that means I was cooking. How about a 0? That's for that same girl that had to go on a cruise. And she told me a week after grade turn-in. Oh, and then I had this one girl in my class. Oh, my gosh. When she came to class, she had to tell everybody what she did that weekend, and she had to holler over everybody. It's like she was trying to advertise what she did and da-da-da-da-da. And I finally told her, I said, you need to be quiet. She got mad at me. I don't know what made me think of that, but anyway. Okay, here we go. A bag of 10 white, 12 blue, 13 red, 7 yellow, and 8 green. This is just like the other question. So add it up. 22, 35, 43, 51. Somebody check for me.
It's 50.
How much? Oh, just 50? Okay. A ball is selected, color is noted, then what? Replace. So that means we get to use the exponent, not the take one away from the top, one away from the bottom, one away from the top. So someone then draws a second ball, notes its color, and then replaces the ball. What is the probability of selecting one white ball? What's that word? And one blue ball. So that's going to be what we got 50. What's white ball is what, 10? So that's going to be 10 over 50 plus 12. I'm sorry, times 12 over 50. You can reduce, or you can just punch it in your calculator and get the. So somebody tell me, I wish all of them was like this. What is the answer?
Wait, are you saying there's 50 balls?
I thought I counted 51, but somebody said 50.
There's 50.
Yeah. Somebody check me. Is that why you asked? Okay. Somebody, what'd you get?
C, all right.
Okay, C.
That's all right.
Did everybody get C?
Yeah.
Next. Fill in the blank. In probability, a blank is any process that can be repeated in which the results are uncertain. Experiment. Why? Because you don't know how it's going to come out. Next. Although covered in the handouts in the first day of class, what is the best way to communicate? Through my cell phone. Does Hubert, here's the one that the deadhead sat in the front, right over there where that piece of paper is. He came to class every day with no pencil, no paper, just a deadhead. And he said, this was a week after turn-in, he made a D in the class because he missed the last test, not the final exam. He missed the Unit 4 test, which was like 10 questions. Okay, everybody with me? So he called a week after grade turn-in. This is so-and-so, so-and-so. I want to talk about my grade. And I was like, who are you? Because he was mumbling. And finally we got his last name out of him. It took me 3 tries. And he went, I thought you replaced the lowest grade with the exam grade. I said, no. I said, there's a question on the test that says that. You took 3 of the tests out of the 4. So you had that question 3 times. Oh, I thought it said that you replaced the final grade. I hung up. Then guess what? 10 minutes later, guess what? Helicopter mom called. And I said, and then I let her have it. I said, first of all, ma'am, I don't need to be talking to you. Well, here's my son. He's going to tell you that I can talk to you. She can talk to you. And then she got on the phone. I said, okay, this is he came to class every day late. He did not bring any paper. He did not bring any pencils. He did not write anything I said down. And he missed the test. And there's 3 questions on the test, on each test, that says that you will get, I do not replace the lowest. Oh. That was her answer. Oh. So she hung up. Thank you. She did say thank you. I said, yes, ma'am. So which one is it? No way, no how. Donald Duck is a good one. If the linear correlation between 2 variables is negative, what can be said about the slope? It's positive. Yeah, more information is needed. When does the homework terminate? Toward the end of the unit.
Were you watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse?
No, my son probably was. That's an old question. I always love that song. That song. No, hot dog. That's it. Hot dog. My son would run around singing that song. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. Y'all know what I'm talking about, don't you?
No, we do.
Oh, okay. Y'all probably dance to it yourself. All right, what is the probability of an event that's impossible? Well, technically it's 0, but does that mean it's impossible? No. So what do you type in here? 0?
Yes.
And then suppose that the probability is approximated. Does that mean that it's impossible? No. Next, the golf ball is selected random 7, 9, 8. Now, a lot of you may say, golly, he's putting a lot of the multiplicative in it. Well, we're supposed to. And remember, is this going to be the same test you get? No. You may get more additive and more factorials. This is just a test that I'm getting. This is one out of, I don't know, because for each question, there's like 10. So there's 20 questions that come from the math portion. There's 200 questions that you have to choose from, different order, different pool, and algorithmically generate. So, 10 factorial, I don't know what 10 factorial is, but that would be a beginner of how many different tests there are. What's 10 factorial? Somebody do it right quick.
3,628,800.
So that's just the different tests, not to mention the algorithmically generating and all that, the different order and stuff. So, chances of y'all getting the same test are going to be very slim. Okay, so what does it say? It says find the probability of the following event. The golf ball is green, ding, 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 or. So what we're going to do? Additive. So I don't know, what's the 7, 9, 8, the 24? So that's going to be, green is 7 over 24 plus 9 over 24. And it says 3 decimal places. Point.
6 and 6, 7.
What'd she say? 6, 7. I heard 6, 7.
6, 6, 7.
6, 6, 7. Do I have a second?
Yes.
Okay. Next. If you have incomplete assignments and Hubert puts a 0 in for the grade, what does the 0 do to your grade?
Decreases it.
I know it's redundant, but I have to. A professor wants to arrange his books on a shelf. he has 30 books and only space,
Like 20
and only, that don't sound right, and only space,
on the shelf.
it should be on the shelf. Okay, it
It
does.
is on the shelf.
For 20 of them. How many different 20 book arrangements? So it's 30 what? Does it talk about order?
Yes.
Does it?
Isn't that arrangements? Doesn't that mean order?
Yeah, it does. Thank you. So that would be 30 permutation of 20. So permutation. Next. Will the following variables have positive correlation, negative correlation, or no correlation? Number of doctors on a staff at a hospital and number of administrators on a staff. No, I don't think there is. You can put that with a college. Is there a lot of colleges that have too many administrators? Clemson, yes. Tri-County, yes. So I'm going to say no correlation. Although I may get it wrong because ideally there should be a positive correlation. But I'm talking real world here, so I don't know if I'll go with whatever the academia. There should be a positive. The more teachers you have, the more what? Administrators you should have. But usually the administrators go like this, and the teachers go like this, and administrators go up. Because who makes the best administrators? The worst teachers. In other words, they get out of teaching and go into administration. Anyway, a lottery exists where balls numbered 1 through 17 are placed in an urn. I don't know why they're using an urn. Urn. To win, you must match. Now, there's that question, to win. So that means you're at least buying one ticket or you play in the game. You must match the 5 balls in the correct what? Order. How much possible outcomes are there for this game? So that would be 17 permutation of what? 5. Okay, they are not, it says how many possible outcomes. This right here says they don't want a fraction, they just want the denominator. So somebody do 17 permutation of 5.
742,560.
742,560. Can I have a second?
Yes.
Okay, next. Oh, that's it. All right. Submit. We did that in 54 minutes. And we did.
All together.
Oh no!
We didn't do one.
I didn't do that one. Did I?
I think it's because you.
So there's only going to be 32
Just the one
questions?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to take that one off because we haven't covered that one and I don't understand the way it's worded. I know they're using exponent, but I'm not going to worry about it. All right, now we got all of them right except for that one. I'll change it after class. Okay, now 8:50. I got 10 minutes. I want to get y'all out here early because I got an errand to run. All right, so let's look at the homework questions. Oh, does anybody have any questions on the test? I'll take that one off. And you get your test results. I made a 97. So if I make a 97, do I need to take the other 2 tests?
You can.
I can if I want to, but you don't have to. And mostly, what our today's society, we don't want to raise the bar. We want to what? Stay with the status quo and lower it. Because Bernie will take care of us. Yes, who's got a question?
Oh, I was going to tell you, the questions I submitted, I'm only confused on the very last part of both of them.
Okay, I'm still going. Okay.
Yeah, I know what it is. Oh, yeah.
It is the worst thing I've ever done. What is it? 5.2.25.
All right, this is 5.2, number 6. Okay, I will tell you if it's a test question. It could be a test question. What does the word and mean? So take 0.25 and multiply it by 0.4.
No, sir.
And somebody give me that.
It's or.
I said,
But look at the question.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, or means what? Add. So somebody, they want,
You have to.
oh gosh, this is one where you have to back it in. Okay, so what is P, E, and F? What does and F mean? That means multiply. So if you take these two, if you take 0.25 and 0.4 and multiply them, you get that number. So what happens if you add those two? It should be 0.65. Unless I'm reading something.
Yeah.
Well, why didn't they just ask?
Um,
You have a right to be confused because I thought they were backing it in
Check the answer.
where you have to solve it.
I didn't think that was right.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Oh, wait a minute. Everybody say it now that I got it wrong. Everybody say on 3. I didn't think that was right. 1, 2, 3.
I think that was right.
Okay, now everybody's got it out now. You don't say anything before. You say it after. Y'all suck.
it's trying to add.
Wow.
What?
I think you subtracted. Let me see what they're doing here. PE plus minus PE and F. So they're subtracting the 0.5 is what they're doing. Okay, so you subtract, you add the E and F and then you subtract it. Whatever. So go ahead and add E and F. That's point what? 0.65 and then subtract 0.05. It should be 0.60. Is that a test question? No. I can tell you that's not a test question. Was that why you were confused?
that wasn't mine.
Oh, I thought it was yours. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay, well that's not a good question. Next, this one is number 12. Great, another C question. For a parallel structure of identical components, a system can succeed at least one. This one should not even be on the homework. At least one, assuming that components fall independently. Independent means what? With replacement. Okay, and that each component has a 0.25 probability. Would it be unusual to observe one component fail two components? Well, you answered that part. What is the probability that a parallel structure with two identical components, 2 would be your what? That would be your exponent, correct? So you would do 0.25 to the second power, I would assume, or am I reading it wrong? That wouldn't be right, because 0.25 to the fifth, 0.065. And the last one, how many components would be needed to the structure? Oh gosh.
That's what confused me.
You would have to take the probability and set it equal and reverse that in. We'll just go ahead and do that. We'll just view an example and I'll show you. Okay, so the probability is given as 0.27. And you multiply them together. This is where I said use the exponent, 0.27 raised to the second power. So in this case, you would take 0.25 and raise that to the second power. So 0.25 raise it to the second power. I thought that was what they did, but they must have subtracted it. I don't know.
It's right 0.0625 up there.
Yeah, that's what the 0.25 is to the second power. Now, remember what I told you over and over and over. If something is greater than 5 cents, then that means it's what? It's normal. So is 6 cents greater than 5 cents? So that it means it's normal or not unusual. Normal and not unusual is the same thing. All right, so that's what that says. Okay, now the complement, that's what E to the C is, means 1 minus, in this case would be 1 minus the 2. So that would be, in this case, it was 0.07. So you would take 1 minus 0.0625. And that's the complement. And I think I've showed you that. The third part is where you take each one and multiply it times the probability. So, and we haven't covered this in class, so that's why you have a question on it. That's why I said I don't know why this question is in here. So that's going to be, hold on a second, I'm trying to find it. Trying to find where they got. Be 1 minus 0.25, and it's probably going to be to the second power, wait, to the 7th power. I thought it had 7. What did it say? C. How many components? Be greater. Oh, you have to keep punching it in until you get over 0.999. That's what you have to do. So what's 1 minus 0.27 to the second, then to the third, then to the fourth, to the fifth, until you get what? Until you get one that is not greater than 0.999. So that's what you have to do. Let me see what they got. So you would do 1 minus 0.25 to the second power to the third power until you get one that is less than 0.9999. So do, I don't have a calculator. 1 minus 0.25 to the 5th power. And then 1 minus 0.25 to the 6th power. 1 minus 0.25 to the 7th power. And the answer is 7. So that's how you get that. Do you understand? Your 0.25 is right here. Okay? So the first thing you do, if you want to make this a whole lot easier, you raise 0.25 to whatever they're asking you to. In this case, to the second power. Then you find the complement, 1 minus that. And then you do 1 minus 0.25 until you get a number less than 0.999. And when you find that exponent, that's your answer. So what was 1 minus 0.25 to the 6th power?
So how did he 7? My question.
Hold on.
I got 17.
Yeah, I got 0.17.
Well, it shouldn't be there. Hold on. 1 minus, that's what I was reading on the...
1 minus 0.25% power is 0.999.
1 minus, parentheses, 0.25 raised to the 6th power, close parentheses, is equal to 0.99997. Second, enter, to the 7th power, enter. Second, enter, to the 8th power. So where do you get below 0.9999? You reach 0.9999 at 7. So anything below 7 would give you what they're asking for.
Yeah.
Is that a good question? No. So at least you're sending in questions that are highly questionable. Because I'm pretty straightforward. I ask you questions. 1, I ask you questions that I think is important. 2, I ask you questions that are not tedious. 3, I ask you questions that will probably be on standardized test. So I don't ask tedious questions. What are you packing up for? We're not finished.
There's one more.
I know, y'all going through convulsions and I'm not even finished yet. Rude. Last question, 5.325/14. Suppose George loses 29% of all ping pong games. I've never seen this one. What is the probability that George loses 2 ping pong games in a row? So that'd be 1 and what? 2. So that would be raised to the 2nd power, right? But that's 0.29 if it loses. That would be 0.29 to the second power. Somebody check that.
That's correct.
Probability that George loses 4, so that would be 0.29 to the fourth power. The probability that George loses 4 ping pong games in a row, but does not lose 5 in a row. So that would find out 5 in a row and subtract that from 1. I think. Check and make sure. What's 5 in a row?
0.0020.
0.29 raised to the 5th?
Yes, it's 0.0020.
But does not lose 5 in a row.
Click on the, see where the red dot is? See what they get as the answer. Click
No,
on
that is the answer. 0.0050 is the answer. It should be the complement. They just answered 7 so they could get the answer. Okay. Probability that George loses. Okay, but not.
Oh, they did a 0.24 minus that.
Yeah. Because that does not lose 5 in a row means that he only has to win one game.
So they just did.
Not 5 in a row means that the last 5 games he only needs to win 1 to not lose 5 in a row. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So that's where they get. So what?
So if I had a similar question,
Mhm.
let's say the probability that Emerson loses 6 checker games in a row, but does not lose 7 in a row is, how would I?
The complement right there.
What?
You take the complement. It's going to be the complement. So it's going to be, in this case, 1 minus 0.29. And then you're going to take that and raise it, and you're going to multiply that. It says it right here. It says use the probability as well as the result from part B.
Okay.
Okay, part B is that he loses 4 in a row. This is a tedious question.
I don't like
All right, 4 in a row. I've never seen it before. So this must be a new question they put in since last semester. All right, so you take B, just put B and multiply that by 1 minus 0.29 or 2529. Okay, so that's the formula for C. B, the answer to B, which is, we did that one. The answer to B times 1 minus the probability. That's tedious. Okay, who's got a question? Now, does that mean, since I have given y'all a test date, does that mean that the homework has a date on it? Yeah. And if you need to find it, you go to My Labs Plus and you look it up. It's a miracle. All right, who's got questions? All right, no one has questions. You're answering for everybody, right? Okay, golly, that must be nice. You're just answering for everybody. Okay.